Hey there, it's Tom from Nightingale Games. It's March 1st, 2021, and I'm here to announce the winner of the drawing for the signature edition of War Room, plus the Jumbo expansion set. We had about 700 entries, and from those, we randomly pick one. Now, if you don't win, we will have another drawing in a month or so, and the beginning of May 1st. We might even have more, so stay tuned. You can subscribe to the bulletin for email notifications. Sometimes that goes to spam, so check those. You can also check our website and the Facebook group and all those other media sources where we're signed up. And this is all in promotion for our upcoming Kickstarter, where we're going to try and get funding for a second printing of War Room. And this second printing will be exactly the same, except for some slimming down of the content. So what I mean by that is we're hoping to make the game 10% cheaper and 10% lighter, so we can save on shipping. So at the end of the video, I'll go over more of that in detail. But without further ado, drum roll. The winner is, I have it on a slip of paper here, Joshua from zip code 48105, which, unless that's another country, it's Michigan, I believe. So I didn't say his last name for privacy, but I will be emailing him for his address, and I will ship these big heavy boxes to him and hope that he's happy. Again, we'll have another drawing in a month or so, so you don't need to sign up again, but you can spread the word to your friends. Just a quick note about there was some complications where people weren't getting the notification to say that they signed up, so they signed up again. I got all of those duplicate entries and I culled the extra ones, so you don't need to worry about cheating. And international folks, you are welcome to enter the drawing. And I'll happily ship as long as you're not in Mogadishu or somewhere. We won't have a problem there. So I'll post that there is a winner on our website, so you don't have to keep checking back to see if you claimed the prize. If you didn't, I'll have a backup winner. But that's it for now. I'm going to move on to talking about what's different in the second printing. And I'm going to have a more in-depth video about this when I have the actual copy to show you. But I'm just going to talk about one component in particular, which is the unit storage box. So if this is mostly for folks who have the game already and are worried about changes of things that might become available that they don't have. And so one of those will be the storage box, and we will make it available separately for sale, along with anything else that's new on we'll make that available on our web store. So the original edition had these storage boxes for units. For example, this is the naval box, this is for infantry. There were 4 of these. I wasn't completely happy with the aesthetic. They seem sort of Easter egg pastel-y. So I've designed a new unit storage box. I don't know if you can see it here. It's one big storage box for all of them, and the advantage of that is that everything's in one place. It might help things not get lost. And you can take the lid off and roll the dice in the lid. This might be black on the inside. And then inside there are 12 compartments for the different units. And I don't know if you can see that, but we've got the land, the naval, and the air with some slots for the carrier fighters and arrow tags, multiplier tokens. At the bottom of each compartment is an image that shows you what goes there. and it's black and fits with the rest of the aesthetic of the game. So that will be the new storage box for the second edition. Other changes will probably have chipboard tokens and chipboard hotspots instead of wooden hotspots, and thinner battleboard mats. But as far as things that actually affect gameplay, we expect no changes. So we're not changing the world map in any significant way. So the game balance shouldn't be affected. Let's see, what else are we changing? So the idea is to reduce the weight, so there might be a few pages in the OMP pads because those get pretty heavy. And there are 2 new things which will also be available separately, and this is to appeal more to a casual audience. So there will be a quick battle system, so the game won't take 2 days to play. It'll take, as advertised, 6 hours. We'll also have a quick start rules, so you can jump right in for your first game. This is for new players who may be daunted by the 28-page rulebook and just want to jump in and start playing. So that will streamline an introductory session for the game, and then it's optional, of course. The existing rules are the existing rules, and they are only changing in very, very fine ways. We might update the Soviet Japanese pact and other minor things. But before I start rambling on too much, I'm going to end the video and we'll talk more about this. If you're still waiting for the Kickstarter, you can play online virtually to try it out on Tabletopia, but there's only the 2-player scenario there. You can play it for free. We have a donation site on Ko-Fi, which is similar to Patreon, except you don't need to subscribe. And so it accepts one-off donations, and that money goes towards a third of it to Nightingale for developing more scenarios on Tabletopia. So the next we plan to offer is a free version of the Pacific scenario, which can be 3 or 4 players if you include China, but it's recommended for 3 players. And then there's also a digital edition on Tabletop Simulator, which is, there's 2 versions. There's one by Matthew and one by Jim. Jim's is still in beta, but it has lots of automation as far as not having to move the units to the battle board, and lots of exciting features like that. So to get involved in that, I recommend joining the Discord, and I'll have a link below. And the folks are pretty welcoming there. They'll help you hopefully join in a session of the game, and that will become more widely available as it gets out of beta. And again, it's for free, so the other 2/3 of the donations go towards Matthew and Jim on Ko-Fi, so that's greatly appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. I'm still working on the charity auction, and I'm just looking at my cheat sheets to see if there's anything I forgot. The upcoming Kickstarter, we're going to try to have that be EU friendly again. It'll be probably shipped from Happy Shops and somewhere in Britain. And we're still working on the finalizing the translations into Spanish and Portuguese. So that will be part of the Kickstarter. It's going to be a Chinese exclusive Kickstarter as well, which is a partnership with War Room Games. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, there'll be more news. Definitely check your spam if you subscribe to the bulletin but aren't noticing the notices. And I'll post big news items here on YouTube as well. That's it for now. Bye.